Welcome to Looking For, a channel dedicated to architecture and construction. Today, I'm taking you to New York City to tell you about the new Match-Shaped Towers popping up south of Central Park. A new generation of skyscrapers has been blooming in Manhattan since 2014. They are particularly tall and slender and have deeply changed the city's urban skyline. They are often criticized for being radically different from the Art Deco shapes and style of the Midtown skyscrapers. Located on 57th Street, a stone's throw from Central Park, these new towers, nicknamed matchsticks or pencils, are specifically designed to be occupied by wealthy buyers who want the most prestigious properties with the best views of New York City. The price tag on these apartments often hits record highs and can even climb to over $100 million for properties located on the highest floors. This trend was started by 157, which upon its completion in 2014 was the tallest residential skyscraper in New York. Although briefly, the tower stands at 306 meters and features high-end apartments with breathtaking views of the city. It was then overtaken by the 426-meter-tall 432 Park Avenue Tower, which became the tallest residential skyscraper in the city in 2015. However, it didn't last long as it is now surpassed by two other towers of this new kind, the Central Park Tower and the Steinway Tower, which is 435 meters high and which even won the title of the world's thinnest tower, with a footprint dimension of 18 by 24 meters, which is roughly the size of a tennis court. The Central Park Tower, which was completed in 2020 after 6 years of construction, holds the record for the world's tallest residential tower. It was designed by Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill Architecture. They are known worldwide for their work on major projects such as the Burj Khalifa or the Kingdom Tower. With its 472 meters, it is the second tallest building in New York, behind the One World Trade Center and its 541 meters. However, the height of the roof allows it to rank ahead of the One World Trade Center because of its impressive 124-meter spire, which is the second tallest in the world. The sudden development of these match towers, which have been observed for a few years now in Midtown, can be explained by recent progress made in superstructure engineering since the 2000s. Because of their height, skyscrapers are highly exposed to the stresses exerted by the wind. Furthermore, tall and thin towers have less surface area to rest on, which greatly reduces their stability. However, the upper parts of the building can now better control the oscillations generated by the wind, thanks to the improved resistance of concrete to wind and counterweight systems installed at the top of the building. However, even with these technical improvements, the top of the 432 Park Avenue Tower still sways 60 centimeters in high winds, which can make you feel really sick. Along with these technical advances, the development of these towers can also be explained by the specificities of local urban planning. Indeed, since 1961, New York legislation has limited the number of square meters that can be built on a given parcel to maximize the limited space available in this saturated megalopolis. The height of the buildings, however, can be negotiated. This means that developers can legally buy the rights of neighboring buildings that have not used all of their buildable area in height. This is called air rights. In New York City, buildings below this height constitute a considerable pool of air rights. This is an opportunity that promoters are snatching up at a high price. Some buildings are selling up at $6,500 per square meter, and developers can expect to earn between 10 and 20 times more once the apartments are up for sale in these new towers. Given the considerable sums of money at stake, it makes sense that these projects are multiplying in New York. But they often generate a lot of criticism. The Municipal Art Society of New York reports that the shadows created by these new constructions are harmful to the park's attractiveness. The organization underlines that these towers are being built through the purchase of air rights without any prior study on their general impact. They point out the long shadows projected by these new towers on Central Park, which negatively affect its sport fields, zoo and carousel, but also the reduced exposure to the sun of the adjacent buildings. These new buildings are likely to proliferate in the next few years without stricter supervision by the authorities, as they represent highly profitable investment opportunities for real estate promoters. In any case, we can bet that they will continue to fuel controversy. The most famous skyline in the world will continue to reinvent itself. How about you? What do you think of these new towers? Feel free to tell me in the comments. And if you like this video, don't hesitate to press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon on Looking For. Goodbye!